Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Zumbaglo, and with me once again is...
Mechalomaniac, which you should all know by now. We're at 120 episodes or something like that.
Oh, this should be 121, but
Yes.
we should still... I still introduce myself.
Shh.
I've been in every single one of these.
I expect the audience to learn.
It's
Yeah, I know.
it is the good thing to do, you know?
Yes.
Should
Hello,
always
Internet.
Hi. So last week we looked at some random Foundry missions,
Review content.
Yeah, in the review content. This week, I was originally thinking of going back to doing more of that, but as we have both been flying around doing our daily missions, we noticed one with an interesting premise, so we're going to do that one today.
Yep. The Treasure of the Pirate Picard.
Yeah, the description of it inside... I might as well just pull that one up. Bravo. The description of it inside, if you search for it, it is pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we're going to try this one.
Yes.
All right. So if we accept, and it's all right.
Go to Una System Sirius Sector. I like how it says, get ready for something else. Seriously, get ready for something else.
And I guess it's just trying to set up because in this mission you're going to be playing your mirror counterpart as opposed to your normal one. They're just setting up okay, here's what your normal guys are doing at the moment.
Yes. The Mirror Universe, where everything good is evil.
And yes. So, last week in news, Cryptic announced and released a bunch of new ships, and I am flying one of them right now.
Meanwhile, in an alternate evil universe.
Sorry, this is already starting out pretty great. Alright, yeah. Okay, this is starting out pretty great already. So Cryptic announced and released T6 versions of all the faction flagships. We had both kind of known that something like this was going to be coming eventually. I know that we had talked about it at one point.
Theorized how they would do the 3-packs.
Yeah, that was the one thing.
Whether they would do 3 or try to amalgamate them.
Yeah, and it turns out that their decision was in fact to make them 3-packs.
The decision was to do the thing that will make them more money.
Well, yes.
I don't really mean that cynically, but... So apparently Mayor William Riker is our boss.
Yeah. I think that doing this mission with the bizarro crew that I have, that's assuming that this is actually Mirror Universe, is making this whole thing even more ridiculous.
See, I feel bad because if I'd known we were doing this far enough in advance, I would have gone through and given my entire crew goatees. Even the women. Which I don't think is actually possible, but...
I don't know. It's probably not, actually. I would imagine that they have that sectioned off.
I'm not trying to remember if Neverwinter let you do bearded female dwarves. I think it did, but I can't be sure.
I liked how Lord of the Rings Online handled that, because they just didn't have genders for dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you picked dwarf as a class, like you didn't choose male or female; it was just dwarf.
This is some pretty good dialogue.
Yeah. Huh. This is an interesting reference as well. Talk about the phase cloaking device.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Huh.
Apparently, Picard is the most bloodthirsty, fiendish pirate in Terran history.
And so the pirate ship we're looking for is in fact a the phase cloaked.
That's a nice little reference to Ishmael Asimov and
Yeah.
the laws of robotics. Also, the ship we're looking for is called the Star Taker, as opposed to the Stargazer.
Yeah. I don't know, appropriate for a pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found myself in a brief moment trying to remember the name of his old ship.
Stargazer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like I like the concept of playing your mare self. I never really would have thought of that.
Oh, this is an interesting choice.
I also like the implication that the dude from Measure of Man is trying to like produce more androids.
All right. Yeah, they're just putting in a ton of dialogue here if you're so
Yeah.
interested.
Wow, yeah, there's a crap ton of info.
Yeah, so I
I would just go through it. If people want to read it, they can, just scroll through it. They can just, pause on the video and stuff like that, because there's a crap ton of like raids and stuff he did.
Yeah, I just skipped out early. Like, with the way this mission has been going so far, I think that if anyone is interested in seeing that stuff, they should just probably play this mission, because it's pretty great. And yeah, that's a lot of content. And there we go. I also need to find how that warp effect is done, because I still think that's really rad. But yeah, like, so as I had started earlier, Cryptic released a 3-pack of the faction flagships, with
which you bought.
Yeah, I bought the Odysseys.
Oh, like, the Odyssey.
I was considering buying like the Ultimate pack, because I would have wanted the scimitars, but then it's just like, as much as I really like the scimitar, like I like the scimitar,
but you also don't play Romulan a ton.
Yeah, I don't play Romulan much anymore these days, so it would just be kind of a waste.
Haven't played mine in a while either.
Yeah. But oh man, those T6 scimitars actually look really nice. Like, Cryptic has definitely taken that base design and has made it their own for sure, which I think is also a really good thing for the. I think it's a good thing for the game itself, because the T5 scimitars, the Romulan flagship looked too much like the original scimitar, which I mean, I know they're trying to set themselves up in the galactic stage, but making their flagship be an old terrorist ship is probably not a great idea.
It's fine. This android's creepy.
Yeah, this android's kind of weird.
So she wants me to murder all these people. I feel kind of bad about that.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, they're Orions.
Yeah, but I mean, they're people. They're alive. They have families.
Yeah. It's kind of unnecessary, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like murdering tons of people.
One thing that I did find like a little peculiar about the T6 flagships, or at least at the T6 Odysseys, is they don't seem to be using the 2410 style nacelles, which is unusual. Like the original Odyssey nacelle, like their designs still look pretty nice, but it's just kind of it's a little strange, because like one of like the highlights, so to speak, of what Cryptic's been doing with their T6 rebuilds is they've been converting them to make use of the same design sensibilities. But I guess actually the thing which probably explains why is just today, I think it was today or yesterday, Cryptic put up another story blog, and
I think that was today.
And it seems to be justifying like the whole thing as it being it's an upgrade package for the Odyssey class. So like it's not actually new ships per se. It's just they've taken like all the original Odysseys and they're like doing an upgrade package on them, which is probably why.
Well, given that in story the Odyssey itself is like
the Odyssey is only
less than a year old.
Yeah, the Odyssey is a year old. It was only released in 2409. So doing a whole new model of it a year later when like probably technically speaking they probably haven't released all of the like they probably haven't released all of the Odysseys that would have been released.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would be a little strange. So like it is basically just an upgrade package. Although they still made some pretty significant differences. Like the three versions actually look different, whereas like the 3 original Odysseys are basically the same design. Like there weren't really any skin decisions for the original Odysseys. Like they all ended up looking the same, whereas the 3 for this have pretty distinct differences, which is actually kind of interesting. Like one of them is a slightly modernized looking original Odyssey, which looks really nice. One of them is like much more angular. Like it's kind of I'd actually say it evokes the Avenger, a fair amount. And then the last one is basically a Galaxy class, which is pretty fascinating. Especially since it allows me to have like not so much like flat nacelles, but the that same kind of like flattened and upraised nacelles. So like the same look as the Galaxy class.
Yeah,
which is like my second favorite pylon design in the game.
So we were just attacked by identical bald guys, which means we're fighting clones of Picard, I'm betting. Oh no, holograms. Never mind.
Holograms. Oh, they're supposed to be.
They're supposed to be AMHs.
Supposed to be doctors, yeah.
So man, this robot's just mean. Talking down to everybody. So yeah, apparently these are like supposed to be computer viruses,
or at least degraded versions of the Doctor,
of the Mirror Doctor.
Yeah. Which I mean, if like which like you could look at that as cloning basically. Like typical cloning stories tend to include that. If you try to constantly clone the same body, like it keeps getting more and more degraded.
Yeah, it's a pity we have to kill them all, though.
Well, I mean, it's just Data.
Data was a character we all loved, okay?
Not that kind of Data.
Not to mention, Voyager itself made you feel things for, like, the various cops of the Doctor who were like sent off to work in mines.
Oh, there we go. I more mean though the fact that like even if the body is destroyed, that probably doesn't affect the actual data that would make up their cognition.
It's really weird given what my character's name is. So apparently Mayor Janeway was like a mass murderer. That makes no sense. It's exactly like normal Janeway.
So clearly Warship Voyager came from the Mirror Universe.
Yes.
In fact, I would say that based on this, yes, Warship Voyager was the mirror universe.
Okay, so now we have to go to the turbo lift. I don't know about you, but I don't really trust this android.
Yeah, it seems sketchy.
Should try to shut her down quietly.
Have her interact with the virus.
I should try to kill it.
Let them take each other out.
That's horrible. You're killing two unique, if artificial creatures. Loading screens.
Yeah, I was actually
it's not as bad as it was last week.
I was about to comment again about how kind of crazy the loading screens are.
I want to ally with the A-Mage. I don't know about you.
Sure. I wonder what with the way that was an interaction. I wonder what would have happened if we had chosen individual options.
Probably more different alien stuff. We're getting attacked by the Deferi.
Huh. Did we? Come on. Okay, there we go.
I like how they're still all about balance, but they're about, proactive purging balance, not peaceful reflection balance. They're like lawful evil druids. Or, sorry, neutral evil druids. Sorry. I forgot druids have to be neutral in some fashion. Go figure. So I'm willing to bet if you'd chosen to, not ally with the EMH, it would have just flagged these EMH holograms as hostile, too.
Yeah, probably. I also wouldn't be surprised if it may have made the... I wouldn't have been surprised if it would have just, reversed the enemy groups.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I also would have...
Because I imagine the Deferi still would have been
Yeah,
hostile.
I could totally see that as well.
Come on, we have to help our friend.
The aggressive pointing pose I have when I during the interactions to destroy those force fields is pretty great.
You're clearly Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho, and you're actually firing a spirit gun at them.
Well, I'm ordering Saga to destroy them, but yes, that's actually better.
Like how you just in random things throw your flunkies into the agony booth.
Yeah, that's actually kind of an interesting touch.
The Mirror Universe is one of the more fascinating concepts they introduced. Like, I like how they kept going back to it. I just kind of wish they'd done it a few more times.
It's also kind of interesting because it could have just so easily have been like a one note thing, and is kind of the case.
Was until Deep Space Nine came around. It's like, hey, we're just going to do some mirror universe stuff. I'm like, okay.
Study the big thing by accessing the console in front of it.
Yes.
Huh.
I like how she comments how the Borg have a horrible sense of aesthetics.
Yeah, they could learn to use. They could learn to. They could use to learn a few things.
Look, they go for what's efficient, not what's pretty.
In the same dialogue box, it says it is both not and is Picard.
It's pretty amusing.
So, now we have a choice.
Kill a brain by disabling life support, or give antivirus to kill EMH. It's a toughie.
Yeah. Which one do you want to go with?
I don't know. This is an actual... It's be like the end of Life is Strange, where I sat there for 5 minutes deciding which one. I say kill the brain because the EMH helped us.
Okay.
Oh, I just noticed that. Try jumping. That seems like way higher than normal.
It does kind of seem a little higher than normal. Huh.
Is there like? I wonder if there's like a low gravity thing that I've never noticed before.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I may have to look
Anyway.
into that one.
Yeah. So I don't remember ever seeing that in the base game.
Yeah, same.
Kind of cool.
Or have I?
It's like I know there's the
No,
like, the outside stuff, but
I think you do obviously jump higher if you go to the dilithium mine.
Maybe. I thought you had to be in a suit to go to the lithium mine.
You do, but you can still jump when you're in the suit.
Oh, okay.
Can you? I think you can.
I thought you could, but I thought you just kind of like maybe just move slowly. Maybe don't.
Oh yeah, you move slowly. Yes, it is ponderous.
Tea hot with a splash of rum. That sounds like it would taste terrible.
Yeah. Huh. And I don't even like alcohol.
Ahab triumphant, Sun Tzu's The Art of Conquest. Swan forces others to give him what he wants by Proust. I don't get that reference.
I mean, it's clearly a reverse of one of Proust's books. I can't immediately.
You do the important stuff. I'm going to look up Proust. Oh. Assumedly, it is The Swan in Love.
Okay. There's a pistol from Zephram Cochrane. Oh, apparently there's a Sword of Kalas here. They even have an Ophidian cane.
Oh, Swan's Way. That's apparently what it is. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a classical literature expert, as I'm making very apparent right now.
Yeah. That's okay. Neither am I.
I actually like the idea that, since Picard was a huge like archaeology buff, like evil Picard would just become a pirate looting crap.
Yeah, this actually makes a pretty good amount of sense.
Oh, here we go.
Huh. This is what Mirror Borg are.
Okay, so I guess we have to go back now. Oh, that's cool. That's
an Alachi over here.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we should probably go back now.
That's interesting.
Yep. Surprise! New Star Trek show set entirely in Mirror Universe. I'm half kidding, actually. They announced the showrunner of that is a gentleman by the name of Brian Fuller, who most recently is known for the Hannibal television show.
Yeah,
as in like Silence of the Lambs Hannibal.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's interesting.
Supposedly, he's a big fan of Deep Space Nine, which gives me a lot of hope for it. Being the big Deep Space Nine fan. Okay, go blow up to the ferry. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But they're not willing to listen to reason.
What? Did they even defer? I know that there were Deferi ships in the story stuff, but did they actually have like fighters, or was it just transports?
They probably just have a way to weaponize the transports in the engine.
Yeah, maybe. I can't immediately like tell what these ones look like. Kind of a nice design from what I am able to see, though. And they are using Romulan explosions, which is also interesting.
Whoop! It's the Borg.
It's a Borg cube. It wants us to hail them.
That's actually kind of interesting. Like, I like how they did the Mayor Borg.
Yeah.
So now we can just leave the Borg peacefully.
They got what they wanted from the Star Taker.
Yes.
Let's just skedaddle.
It's like a super cool way of doing Mayor Borg.
Yeah.
Like, they still assimilate things, but it's not like all consuming. It's like, I guess, philosopher's paradise type thing. That's interesting.
Yeah,
also, ironically making the Borg one of the least evil things in the Mirror Universe.
And now we get to fight 2 ISS Watchers. Because that's just the way the autoscaler works.
One's a hologram.
Yes.
He's a science captain. It makes sense.
Yeah. Yes, clearly.
That's my analysis, and I'm going with it.
Sure. Yeah, you know what? Yes, we'll just go with that.
Ignoring how it's a Prometheus.
But the hologram ability is captain ability, so it doesn't. You can use it on a. You could use it on a Prometheus.
What type of ship is the Vengeance? It's like a.
I'm gonna say it is probably.
Looks like Jupiter class.
No, that is that's the assault cruiser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the that was one of the first. It was one of the original C-Store alternate skins.
Hmm.
I was actually kind of hoping when I saw it was the ISS Vengeance that it was going to be a Constitution class.
That would be funny.
That would have been pretty good. But no, it actually being
though to be fair, we also have no idea of knowing if this mission was made before or after Into Darkness came out.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably after.
I'm pretty sure after, because I think it had patch notes from 2014, so
that's true. Yeah. It's Into Darkness in 2013. Yeah, I guess it was in 2013.
But
it's so weird because Star Trek movies have like a logical time between them. It just seems so long compared to everything else nowadays, and in modern movies. Meanwhile, our normal selves...
Meanwhile, back in the regular universe...
doing really boring crap without getting to kill anything. It's really depressing. Apparently this guy does...
has some more missions.
More data, Part 1, Theft of Honor. We should try that one, because I really like this mission.
Yeah, that was actually really good. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, so that was fun.
That's more missions for us to look into at some point.
Yep.
But that's good. I mean, that gives us more things to do.
More ammo.
That's right. Plenty of. It just goes to show there is so much good content that's out there. Not only is there the nice stuff that Cryptic themselves make, but there's a lot of really nice user-generated content out there.
It's like Mario Maker, except with a way higher learning curve.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
And less auto player levels, and less Kaizo bullcrap.
Yeah. Well, I'd probably say the
I don't think you could make Kaizo bullcrap in this game.
No, probably not. There is auto player stuff in a sense, in that there are some.
There's the grinding missions.
Yeah, like
the
farming
missions, I should say.
There are farming missions where it's basically you sit in a safe zone while the rest of the area is like all explosions, and it spawns ships that all like die to environmental effects or something. Like, it's really weird.
It's usually what it is because if that happened, it wouldn't actually be useful. But the way it works is it sets up a set of like 3 to 6 enemy ships that are in a zone where it drops their shields, and you just sit right in front of them, so you can just fire with fire at will or
scatter volley,
or something like that, and blow them all up and just collect the loot.
Okay.
Because the way it works, and I've done these before. But the way it works is if you don't do I think it's at least like 51% of the damage to a ship in the... I don't know if it applies to the main game, but at least in Foundry missions, you don't get any loot or experience from them.
Makes sense.
So having them just automatically die would be pointless.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't really done any of those. I haven't really found a point to them.
It used to be a really good way to make money, like energy credits. Less so after they kind of rescaled what stuff costs, which I think is probably why they did that, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. All right.
But it eventually does just, like, you stop getting rewards from them anyway, so it's not like...
Yeah.
Like, I don't think and they're set to not give like dilithium rewards, so it's like I don't think they approve of them, but they're not considered cheating, really. But
I think it's more that even if Cryptic like were to disapprove of them, were to like do something like there's only so much that they can do while still having the ability to let people make their own missions.
Yeah.
You know, like the only way you can do something like this, like to have this degree of user generated content and not have people make things like that, is to have a base game where there's no such thing as like progression.
Mm-hmm. Which is why Mario Maker works, because
Mario Maker works because like there's no reason for anyone to make like, you know, for example, a mission that has like 50 1-ups in it, because it doesn't serve you any good. If you're playing the level by itself, you have unlimited lives anyway. And if you're playing it as part of 100 Marios, you can only give like three.
No matter how many 1-ups you get, you only end up with 3 once you beat the stage.
That's right.
Which that's actually the one going into Mario Maker, because that's something that's relevant to this. That's one thing I'd like to see, is the ability to like make your own world to where you play these levels in a progression and you keep the power-ups between.
That is like,
that's like probably
that is like one of the most requested additions I've seen for that game.
Yeah, and that's keep in mind that's making a minor nitpick about one of the most amazing games made in the last 5 years, 10 years even.
Yeah.
Also totally irrelevant to Star Trek, but that's okay.
In any case, I think
next week let's play Mario Maker.
I think there's enough people of more skill than me doing that already.
Come on, you can beat the Clipocalypse.
No, I can't. If you wanted to start doing that, though...
No, I'm not that good at Mario Maker. I have about 3 or 4 stages I know people have made that I can't beat.
In any case, I think that'll be it for us for this week.
Yes.
That was actually pretty rad.
Yep, I really liked that mission.
So, we'll see you all next time.
Yep. Bye, everybody.